The mystery surrounding the tragic deaths of a British couple at their idyllic home in rural France has deepened after investigators suggested that the crime scene was deliberately staged to resemble a burglary. Authorities now believe that Dawn Searle, 56, was likely killed inside the house before her body was moved to the garden. Her husband, Andrew Searle, 65, was later discovered hanging from a radiator inside the property. The unsettling discovery was made earlier this month when a concerned neighbor, noticing the couple had not been seen walking their dogs, went to check on them. To the outside world, the Searles appeared to be enjoying a peaceful life in the French countryside. Having relocated from Musselburgh in East Lothian a decade ago, they seem to have embraced their new surroundings in the picturesque village of Les Pesquis, north of Toulouse. Authorities remain uncertain as to what could have driven Mr. Searle to allegedly take his wife's life and then stage a break-in before taking his own. Their investigation leans toward the theory of a murder-suicide, but they have not completely ruled out the involvement of another party. Mrs. Searle's body was discovered on February 6, clad in her pajamas, lying in the garden with a head wound. Scattered around her were pieces of jewelry, seemingly placed to support the illusion of a botched burglary. Inside the house, police found signs of a frenzied search, drawers and cupboards left open, furniture overturned. Meanwhile, Mr. Searle was found dead indoors, his body hanging from a radiator. Despite initial speculation that Mrs. Searle had attempted to escape an attacker before being caught and fatally assaulted, investigators have since cast doubt on the scenario. One source close to the case noted that if she had been attacked outside, she likely would have been heard by neighbors. Instead, they believe she was murdered inside the home before her body was placed in the garden. This theory aligns with the idea that the crime scene was staged, possibly to mislead authorities. Prosecutor Nicholas Riggett Muller, who is overseeing the case in Rodez, stated that the evidence suggests a marital crime followed by a suicide. He added that if an outsider had been involved in the attack, it is highly probable that the couple would have called for help. Authorities have yet to make any arrests or issue public appeals for suspects. The post-mortem examination revealed no defensive wounds on Mr. Searle, nor any forensic evidence pointing to the presence of an unknown third party. Further examinations of the house and garden have failed to yield signs of outside interference. Given that Les Pesquis and the wider Villefranche-d'Rouergue area are under extensive surveillance from police, traffic, and private CCTV cameras, any suspicious activity would likely have been captured. Despite this, Mr. Riggett Muller has stated that while the murder-suicide theory is the most probable, investigators have not entirely dismissed the possibility of a third-party involvement. The case remains open, with the Searle home still cordoned off as a crime scene. The couple had reportedly been living a happy and settled life, according to friends and neighbors. Jean-Sébastien Orsabol, the mayor of Les Pesquis, confirmed that they were well-liked and described them as extremely happy together. He had officiated their wedding in the hamlet in 2023, during which Mrs. Searle was escorted down the aisle by her son, Callum Kerr, a well-known actor and country singer. Kerr, who played PC George Kiss in the Channel 4 soap Hollyoaks and appeared in Netflix's Virgin River, has not publicly commented on the case. The lack of any apparent warning signs has only deepened the mystery. Mr. Searle, originally from West Sussex, had a background in financial crime investigation. He had worked for at least 20 years with the police and the Serious Fraud Office, targeting organized crime groups involved in money laundering and other financial offenses. Just a day before his death, CCTV captured Mr. Searle visiting a tobacconist in Villefranche-d'Rouergue, where he appeared relaxed and in good spirits. He was seen purchasing a chocolate bar and lottery tickets, showing no visible signs of distress. The tobacconist's owner, 58-year-old Madame Palazzi, recalled seeing him shortly before closing time. "He was perfectly happy," she said. "He was relaxed, chatting as he always did. He bought some chocolate and 2 lottery tickets. It's chilling to think that less than 24 hours later, he would be dead. I just can't believe it." The Searles were well known in the community for their friendly demeanor and reasonably good grasp of French. Mr. Searle often visited the shop to buy chocolate bars, with Kit Kat and Kinder being his favorites. Their sudden and tragic deaths have left friends and neighbors struggling to understand what could have gone so terribly wrong. The investigation continues, but with no clear motive and no definitive evidence of outside involvement, the case remains shrouded in uncertainty. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.